Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls. So here we are in the painted world of Artemis, and let's go forward and discover what has happened. We've been sucked into a painting, and this is one of my favorite zones of the game because it's just so cool. You get pulled into a painting, and then you get to explore it, and there's all these weird enemies and interesting encounters, and the boss itself is really interesting. We'll talk to more about that when we get to that. But first off, we'll just light this bonfire and give a rest so that we can respawn here if we need to. I don't have enough souls to level up, but I believe we can warp from here, can we? No, we can't. We're cut off from the other bonfires, so we cannot leave this zone until we get through it and beat the boss, basically, which is very interesting. But there's some way you can like throw yourself up onto these things and get around on top of there, but there's no items. It's just for little glitchy spots. But as we come up here, we got our first enemies, which is just some dredge guys. Let's take them out easy peasy. Oh god, you guys hurt still. But you fall to my Uchikatana. And there is an item there, but it's on a chain up to something. Now, I don't think I have a ranged weapon on me. At least I don't believe I do. I got the Dragon Slayer's great bow. I suppose I could go and get myself a bow or a crossbow, but I believe I can get up there and cut that down without a ranged weapon. But I do believe that if you shoot that cord, basically, you can get that item down. But we're gonna head up here, continue forward exploring. Ooh. Enemy with a bow and arrow. Take him down. Couple more. And we'll just pop a little bit of a heal. There's a pathodon to the left there. We'll take that in a second as soon as we get rid of this guy. And ooh, these guys. We haven't seen these guys before. These are the same sort of dredge guys, but they're plagued. They are carrying the torch there, and they have this poison sac on their head. And if you kill them without enough range to your weapon, so I'm kind of wanting to back off a little bit here and put on my winged spear just for a second, because my winged spear does like no damage to these guys. You can see the benefits of having an upgraded weapon. Okay, let's switch back. We gotta kill these guys at a relative distance, because if you are very close when they die, you see that burst there? That will toxin you. Or poison or toxin you. I believe it's one of the two. But whatever it is, it's bad news. So you gotta make sure you kill them at the very end of your weapon's range, and not trying to do it while you're face-hugging them. Let's move up. Take this guy out. Ooh, he's just about to go down. Ooh. Yeah, they also throw those fireballs at you. Although, not too terribly hard to dodge, just gotta be light on your feet. And then basically, as soon as you take them out, immediately roll away so that you're not getting hit by that poison cloud. So, we could go up here, but we're just gonna double back for a second, because there's a pathway around the side here that we want to go into. And it goes up the side of these stairs and up on top of these buildings. There we go. And down. Move forward. Another guy at the top of the stairs here. And we see off to the left there, just above where my head is right now, there's some movement. And that's our next enemy type, is the sort of weird crow people that is in this area. So if we look up with our third-person camera, we see that there's no opponents at the top there. But as we go up, I'm going to keep my camera focused on that bird guy. Normally, a person would just be like looking towards, they'd see, they'd come up here and they'd kill that enemy and then go, hey, loot, and then walk in there. So they wouldn't be looking this way. But I'll intentionally stare that direction. As we move towards the loot, that guy should move towards us. At least as far as I remember. You're not going to attack us? There he is. So normally you wouldn't see that. You would just all of a sudden, there's a couple bird enemies here that are trying to kill you. But not too terribly difficult. We do have the bleed weapon, which does affect them because they are a fleshy opponent. This guy dropped down to that spot, which he dropped down even further because he's city. But we do want to drop down here because this is a little ledge. We can get another item, a dried finger. Ooh, I wonder what that's about. We got this bird guy underneath us. We'll get to him in a second, but let's take a look at the dried finger. Interesting. I'm not 100% sure on what this does. I think it has to do something with encouraging invasions into your world, if I remember it correctly. It's an item that if you use it, your invasion counter, basically, the time between you and you can get invaded, is reset so that you can be invaded again. So if there is anyone available to invade you, you can simply use that and you will get invaded. So it's those players who like the PvP can use them. We got these albino rats down here. That should just be a 2-hit kill. And so another soul. Just a little more currency. And we can get out of here. Head back up. And we head out this doorway here. And we see that we're basically right where I said, oh, we'll go up there in a second, because I knew that this sort of little building is kind of like just a little corkscrew to go up and then down, and then you pop out right back where you started. But where did that bird guy go? I'm just going to run him down, because I don't want him interfering with any of my future endeavors here. There you are, you're back up top. So we'll just... Ooh, where are you going, bird guy? Wait, where did you go? Oh, he jumped off the map. Wow, what an idiot. That's the benefit of some of the AI here in Dark Souls, is they are a little retarded. But we're going to move forward. And arrow guy coming in. We're just going to hold this shield up and block for a second. But I am going to show you that this bridge, if you wanted to, you can actually skip a portion of the level. I'm not going to do it for continuity's sake, but if you basically run and jump from this location, you can jump onto those stairs, sort of that landing, and you won't take fatal damage. And then you can get that item there, and you can get down into the central area with that phalanx enemy, and you can move right towards the end of the map very, very quickly. So a lot of the map you can skip just by taking this jump, but we're not going to do that. We'll get down there the natural way, but I will show that jump later. But we're going to head through quickly, take out this archer so we don't have to deal with him. And ooh, we got a few people who ambushed us. They were holding on to the ledge just like the guys did in the Undead Berg. They were just hanging there. So if you were observant, you could have taken them out before they jumped up. But we're just gonna try to take this guy out at the longest range we can, and backflip immediately after taking him out. Gotta avoid all that damage. Now, you can... Ooh, there's another guy. We'll take care of him first before we talk about this area. Come on. Ooh, alright. So what you can do, if you're good, is if you take a jump from this location, this angle right here, you can land down there and skip a portion of the map. But that's just another sort of jumping area spot that you can do. We're going to come forward here. Ooh, there's another guy throwing the fireballs at us. So we're going to go and take him out. We want to be a little bit further away when we get that final kill, and then roll away so we don't get poisoned. But if we come out here, you see that there is a corpse being held up on a rope. We can slice down the rope. Excellent. Oh my god, even more enemies. They're just coming out of the woodwork. I know this guy can take 2 hits before I have to back off. Ooh. Toxin cloud of some kind. Okay, come here. Gotcha. Excellent. And I feel like there's a depth of field or something on right now that don't remember from the last time I played. Oh well. We shall just continue going forward. You come up on the stairs here. There is an item over there that I believe you can make this jump, but I also know that you can come around the backside later while getting into a separate area. But let's try to make this jump here. Ah, we did it. Excellent. So, you can get up to this spot through a separate way, and I'll show that while I get to it. I'll just come back up and show how to get to these items normally without having to make that jump. We get an egg, whatever that was, egg vermifuge. It removes a parasitic egg from your body. So if you remember down in where Queen Quelaag was, there was those guys with the eggs on their backs and they were crawling around. If you killed them, little larvae burst out, and they have a chance. When those larvae attack you, they'll plant an egg on your head, and you will have an egg head similar to the guys here that explode into the toxin. Well, oh, no, there's another trap in waiting. Well, that item there removes that egg head from you, so it's just a good item in case that ever happens. But you see this guy coming up. I wasn't able to hit him before he started his animation, so I wasn't able to make him fall, but we had a really weird sort of camera flip around as we took him out. And there's a doorway down there, and we can go down off to the right here. We will in a minute, but first we're gonna go this is a branch here. Whether we want to go to the right, go forward and up, forward and down, or to the left. I think for now, I feel like I want to go down and go through that window, but we do have a bird guy here that we'll take care of first. Got that bleed off. I got the better position than him, which is lower on the stairs, which is completely, I would say, incorrect for real life. In real life, you'd always want to be higher on the stairs than your opponent. But let's see here. Let's head back towards the start and open up what I know of the first shortcut through this area. So let's do that. Let's go back to the natural way to get down to that, which should be to come along here. And we're not... I'm going to leave this guy for the future, but that is one of the undead dragons, similar to like in the Dragon Valley. The Valley of the Drakes, that's what it's called. But I come down here, come out this doorway and walk down these stairs. There is the doorway here, but we need a key for it, if I remember correctly. Yes, it's locked by some contraption. But we can come through and head on through the white light into this lower courtyard that we saw from above. So there's that Phalanx opponent, which we will fight here in a moment. And there's that bridge that I said we could have jumped off before. So we could have skipped a fair amount of the level and just jumped down here and gotten past. So Phalanx enemy has been activated, and they throw these spears at you, and they are fairly annoying. We're just gonna continue to circle around until we get them separated out, and then just kind of go for their backsides, because their shield is impervious, but the rest of their body is greatly squishy. Oh, and I lost my block there. I ran out of stamina while holding my block, so therefore I had a stun animation. But these guys are fairly simple. They do some damage, so you gotta watch out for that. But you just gotta keep your shield up, keep circling them, and if you have troubles, just back to here, heal up, and go back into the fight. And you can just work them down. This is kind of similar to an opponent from Demon's Souls, the spiritual predecessor for this game, which was the first world boss called the Phalanx Demon, and he had a whole bunch of little similar sort of guys that popped off of him that had a shield at the front and shot spears at you, so sort of the spiritual successor to that demon. But now we can go over here and get this item that we cut down from earlier. Get a humanity. And head up these stairs. This is where you would land if you jump from the bridge. And get the Ring of Sacrifice. Now, we're going to go down there in a moment, but first we're going to open up a shortcut so we don't have to go through that entire opening area again. And let's see, I'm 17 minutes into this episode. Got lots of time. Come back through here, and we're going to open up these doors. And these are the doors that we saw right at the beginning, because right through here is the bonfire. How excellent is that? So we don't have to fight these guys as they are still dead, but I want to go through, and we're going to go to the right here for now, because there is a NPC invasion in the zone. It's the King Jeremiah, if I remember correctly, and you have to be alive. So considering I'm alive and I don't want to do anything risky, and before I trigger this, let's go and do this first. Take these ghoul guys out. Oh! Damn it. I tried to attack at the wrong time, and he caught me in a stun lock, which absolutely screwed me. That is, sad. We're going to use 4 humanity, because I'm going to revert to human. And I'm also going to kindle this bonfire up to 20, because it's the only bonfire in this zone, and I want to have all my Festus flasks. Goddamn. It's like, I'm so confident. No wait, confidence destroyed. Ah, damn it, wrong buttons. Rest, kindle, offer humanity, and we'll look at our Estus flasks as they increase as we offer humanity. But yes. It's one thing I love about Dark Souls, is that if you don't respect it for a single second, it will just absolutely pummel you into the ground. But we're back up to 20 Estus flasks, and we're gonna respect our opponents here. Come on. Bait that attack animation, take them out. And now we have to fight everybody all over again because they've all respawned. But I opened the shortcut, so happiness. I don't have to go through that entire upper area again. I don't have to fight that guy because I can just go to the right here, and my soul's easy peasy to get. So at least I didn't lose much currency. But wait for that attack animation. Then kill them. That's what I didn't do the last time. So we're gonna come down here. There's a couple more torch guys that I should go and take care of quickly before the King Jeremiah spawns, as I don't want him to have to fight enemies on 2 fronts. Looks like that enemy's pathing is bugged, so we'll just take him out. Ooh, torch guy got on me. But We got around his backside and took him out. So, looks like all of the normal enemies are cleared. If we just move forward into the zone and pick up some of the items, I believe King Jeremiah will spawn. And very interesting music in this area. It's like this unsettling voices on the mist sort of thing. And there he is. Jeremiah has invaded. And he is an interesting looking character. He uses pyromancy and a whip. And he's got this amazing hat on. But we will kick his NPC ass with some well-timed backstabs. Because if you kill this NPC here... Oh, that's a firestorm. You gotta back off for that. As he attacks everybody around you. Oh my god, that did a lot of damage. Okay, he's doing his firestorm. I'll step back and double Estus. Holy crap, Jeremiah. What are you doing? These are all pyromancy skills that I have yet to see in the game. Oh shit, that's the firestorm. Oh wow, it goes out to here. We'll just move in and get him. Unfortunate for him, he's wearing a light armor set, which has absolutely no poise, which means that a single one of my hits causes him to go into a stun. So I was able to continually stun him. And we get his whip, the notched whip. Which, let's take a look at it. Why not? Where'd that weapon be? There it is. So it's an interesting weapon. It also has the bleed because of its barbs all along it. See, heavy attack is a big whip, and the two-handed is a horizontal. Two-handed R2. This is really interesting overhead. But we're going to go back to our heavily upgraded Uchi-Katana because it is our weapon of choice. Although I am looking at my soul total and going, I should probably go level up. I only have a couple enemies I have to defeat to get back to where I am. Just basically the 3 or 4 guys that are out here. So I'm okay with dropping back to the bonfire as I can't think of words, and increasing my stats here. So dexterity will increase our attack damage by 3, strength increases it by nothing, so that's no good. Vitality increases our health by about 20. So I might want to put a couple points in vitality. But if we get the 281, that's probably good. Increase the dexterity. I probably want eventually maybe 30 vitality in the end. I'll be doing most of my damage will be damage mitigation from dodging. So I don't really need much health. I basically just need enough health so that I don't get one-shot by things. But now we need to figure out the contraption that opens that door in there. So, I think I'm going to leave that contraption for the next episode. I'm going to spend the last, say, 7 minutes of this episode exploring here to the right. So there's like this little church here off to the right side. You can see where the pastor would come up here and preach to the church. But there's a door behind it, so we can go through that door. Oh, it's locked. Oh, I wonder where this key is. This is something I have forgotten where this key is. Whoa, these guys have activated. Okay, let's just run by these guys. I don't want to fight them again right now. They're just time-consuming. We'll save the downstairs area for next time. And this time, we're going to go and do a little more exploration up here. Or maybe, do I have enough time for this guy? Sure. let's do this guy to end off the video. This is the undead Drake of this area. And we're gonna be really fast. Run down, grab item, run, 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 run. And I should turn my camera around because it looks cool as the Drake plows his way forward. But fortunately, he stops right there. But now, he starts belching. And he starts belching horrible goo. Icky, icky goo. So, if you are a range class, you can just shoot this guy dead right here, and it's easy peasy that way. But for a melee class, how do you beat this character? It's just like, how would you do it? So he's got 3 lanes that he shoots toxin down. There's that center lane there, although it spills a little bit to the side. But what we can do is come down here, he'll notice and go, oh no, he's going to spit down to the side. And you have enough time while he's doing that to come up and get a hit in before he spits down the center. So you can do that, come off to the side, and as soon as he turns his head, come on. He should turn his head to look over to us. There, you run. And you get a few hits in. And then you move away. And it's basically that. It takes a little while to beat him. But it's not too terribly difficult. You don't want to be near him, though, because he'll pour that shit right on you. You can trick him into doing it that way. Get a couple hits in. And then back roll out of the way. I think just right here is the edge of his zone. Oh, he also does that bite, yeah. Come on, is it right here? And you zoom over to the right? Yes, you do. The bad part is his neck isn't much of a part of his body. Oh, you almost hit his feet. So you can sort of trade off where you're attacking. You can, you know, attack there, and then drop, and attack here, and do all sorts of stuff. Woo, gotta get out. Oh, yes. You also gotta watch. He's also got those physical attacks. But man, this takes forever. So I'm gonna two-hand my weapon so I can do some more damage. Dive off to the side here as he's attacking forward. Get another few hits in and then retreat back to allow him to smack that area. You're a little slow, Mr. Dragon. He does that. You can run forward and slice at his cankles. Then he'll belch the side, and then he can run up here, slice his face, and then you can dodge off to the side as he does his bite, and then slice that cankle, and then run away, and then just repeat. Basically just constantly moving between the different attacking areas and doing damage to him best you can. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Almost got me. You can attack this way now. I'm gonna run back up. And got him. Easy peasy. And now we can get by him and get a dragon scale. Now, normally this doesn't help you in any way in terms of a shortcut. Oh, almost rolled off the edge there. But if I remember correctly, there's his sort of lower half here. And if you just, I think if you just attack the hell out of this, if I remember correctly, this thing eventually stands up. Because it's like the lower half of it, like you kill it, in the sense, and it moves. At least I remember doing this, or I've seen people do it. I might be completely I might have forgotten this. Oh god. Come on. I remember this happening before. They might have patched it. But what you used to be able to do, or at least as I remember, I've done it before on the PlayStation version, is that if you attack this thing, eventually it stands up and you can walk between its legs and you can get a shortcut to the boss of the area, who's actually just past this guy in that sort of citadel over there. But looks like they fixed this. It was a bug I really enjoyed. Oh well. But unfortunate, the bug doesn't work anymore. But we are going to leave this episode here, and when we come back, we're going to continue on with exploring the painted world. What is behind that locked door? What is down that sort of sewer drain with the ladder in the courtyard? But for now, thank you for watching, and good hunting.